Let's explore C++ lists, focusing on doubly linked lists implemented with the standard template library, or STL's std. List. So what exactly is std? List. Firstly, it's a doubly linked list implementation. This means each element in the list is stored in a node that contains a value and pointers to the next and previous nodes. Secondly, it utilizes non-contiguous memory allocation, meaning elements are not stored in adjacent memory locations. This allows for efficient insertion and removal of elements at any position in the list in constant time. However, it does not support random access, so accessing an element by its index takes linear time. Lastly, it provides bidirectional iteration, meaning you can traverse the list in both forward and backward directions. Here's a basic example. We include the list and iostream headers. Then we declare a std list of integers called mylist and initialize it with the values 10, 20, and 30. We can add elements to the end of the list using push_back, such as adding 40, and to the beginning of the list using push_front, like adding 5. Unlike vectors std, list nodes are allocated in non-contiguous memory. This means that the elements of the list are not stored in adjacent memory locations. Instead, each element is stored in a separate node that is linked to the next and previous nodes in the list. Each node contains the data value and 2 pointers previous and next that link to adjacent nodes, allowing for bidirectional traversal. As you can see in the diagram, each node contains data and pointers to the previous and next nodes. For example, node 1 contains the value 10 and a pointer to the next node, while its previous pointer is null or nullpter. Node 2 contains the value 20 and pointers to both the previous and next nodes. Node 3 contains the value 30, a pointer to the previous node, and a null pointer for the next node. Let's look at different ways to create and initialize std. List. First, we include the necessary headers, list, and string. We can create an empty list like so: std list of integers named list1. We can also create a list with n elements, all initialized to the same value, std list of integers named list2, initialized with 5 elements, each with the value 10. Finally, we can use an initializer list to directly specify the elements of the list, std list of strings named list3, initialized with the values apple, banana, and cherry. Here are some of the initialization methods available. The default constructor creates an empty list. The fill constructor creates n copies of a value. The range constructor copies elements from a range. The copy constructor copies another list. Lastly, the initializer list uses curly braces to initialize the list. Let's discuss some common list operations. Here's a std list of integers called mylist, initialized with the values 10, 20, and 30. To add elements to the end of the list, we use the push_back function like so: mylist.push_back 40, resulting in the list containing 10, 20, 30, and 40. To add elements to the beginning of the list, we use the push_front function, mylist.push_front 5, resulting in the list containing 5, 10, 20, 30, and 40. To remove elements from the end of the list, we use the pop_back function like so: mylist.pop_back, resulting in the list containing 5, 10, 20, and 30. To remove elements from the beginning of the list, we use the pop_front function, mylist.pop_front, resulting in the list containing 10, 20, and 30. To access elements, we can use the front function to get the first element. Int first equals mylist.front, which assigns the value 10 to the variable first. Similarly, we use the back function to get the last element. Int last equals mylist.back, which assigns the value 30 to the variable last. Some common operations are as follows. For insertion, push_back has a time complexity of order 1, or O1. Push_front also has a time complexity of order 1. Insert has a time complexity of order 1. Emplace has a time complexity of order 1. For removal, pop_back has a time complexity of order 1. Pop_front has a time complexity of order 1. Erase has a time complexity of order 1. Clear has a time complexity of order n, or O(n). Let's explore different ways to iterate through a list. Given a std, list of integers called mylist initialized with the values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, we can use an iterator to traverse the list. The code looks like this. For std, list of integers, iterator it equals mylist.begin, it equals mylist.end, plus it, we output the value pointed to by the iterator. Alternatively, in C++11 and later, we can use a range base for loop for simpler iteration, like so. For const auto and value mylist, we output the value. Lists provide bidirectional iterators that can move forward and backward through the container, but do not support random access. There are 4 iterator types: iterator, const_iterator, reverse_iterator, and const_reverse_iterator. Now let's discuss some advanced list operations. Given 2 std, list of integers list 1 initialized with 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and 9, and list 2 initialized with 2, 6, 5, 3, and 5, we can sort the elements in list 1 using the sort function, list1.sort, which results in the list containing 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 9. We can remove consecutive duplicate elements from list 1 using the unique function, list1.unique, which results in the list containing 1, 3, 4, 5, and 9. We can merge 2 sorted lists. First, we sort list 2 using the sort function, list2.sort, which results in the list containing 2, 3, 5, 5, and 6. Then we merge list 2 into list 1 using the merge function, list1.merge list 2. After this operation, list 1 contains 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, and 9 while list 2 is empty. Here's a summary of specialized list operations. Sort sorts elements in ascending order with the time complexity of order n log n, or O n log n. Unique removes consecutive duplicate elements with the time complexity of order n. Merge merges 2 sorted lists with the time complexity of order n. Splice transfers elements from one list to another with the time complexity of order 1. Reverse reverses the order of elements with the time complexity of order n. It's crucial to consider the performance implications of using std list. Here's a comparison between std list and std vector. For random access, std list has a time complexity of order n, while std vector has a time complexity of order 1. For insertion in the middle, std list has a time complexity of order 1, while std vector has a time complexity of order n. For deletion in the middle, std list has a time complexity of order 1, while std vector has a time complexity of order n. For memory usage, std list has higher memory usage due to the overhead of storing pointers, while std vector has lower memory usage. For cache locality, std list has poor cache locality due to non-contiguous memory allocation, while std vector has excellent cache locality due to contiguous memory allocation. Use std list when frequent insertions or deletions are needed, when iterators must remain valid after container modifications, when elements need to be transferred between containers, and when sequential access is sufficient for the application. Here are some best practices for working with std list. Use std list when frequent insertions or deletions are needed. Prefer std vector for random access operations. Store iterators to important positions for order 1 access. Use splice to efficiently transfer elements. Consider memory overhead when choosing a container. Here's an example of efficient use of std list. We include the list and algorithm headers. We initialize a std list of integers called mylist with the values 5, 2, 9, 1, and 7. We store an iterator to the element with the value 9 using std. Find. We insert the value 8 before the element pointed to by the iterator using mylist.insert. It, 8. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.